This is the Sage Fixed Assets Planning module. In the Planning module, you can capture all the costs associated with projects, the individual line items that will become fixed assets once they're placed in service, as well as all of the roll-up costs, such as costs from permits, accounts payable purchase orders, and so on. All of these costs can be reported against as you go through your project. For example, this asset snapshot gives you a quick overview of what's going on overall with the spending in your project. You can easily see the actual spend against both an original as well as a revised budget. You can also see what's spent or unspent of the budget, what's capitalized, and what's expensed. Let's take a look at the project settings. When you create your project, you can actually set an original budget, and if you do have cost overruns, you can at some point later come back and create a revised budget. You can capture all the information about your project, set your start and end date, assign a project code, and give your project a name. If you look at the line items in the sample project, each of these will become a fixed asset. If you look at the details of this line item, you will see that you do have some fields that can be customized. Any of these fields can be mapped to fields in the Sage Fixed Assets Depreciation module. You can set a budget for the line item as well as a revised budget. You can capture information such as vendor information, who approved the project, budget category, and so on. All of these fields are customizable. These can be capitalized or expensed line items. At the transaction level, this is where you can capture details that may occur from various sources, such as accounts payable or purchase orders. Again, you'll have a series of fields that you can customize to capture any information you need. And your totals from all these individual transactions will become your final cost for your fixed assets. Of course, that total would be measured against both your original and revised budget for that line item. These transactions can be imported from Excel. However, you do need to create the actual line item. Once spending is complete on any of these line items, even if the entire project is not complete, you can status it as spending complete by going to the Asset Information tab, set a completion date, select a place and service date, and you can even access any of the templates from the depreciation module. An individual line item can be split into multiple assets of equal or different value. Once you've determined that this line item spending is complete, it is then eligible to be placed in service. In the status column, any line item with a status of C like Charlie means spending is complete, and that item is eligible to be placed in service at any point. Anything with a status of S like Sam has already been sent to the depreciation module to be placed in service. Items with a status of A means it's just an active line item and still in progress. In order to create assets from the planning module, simply go to Line Item, select Create Assets, and all line items where spending has been flagged as complete are eligible to be placed in service. You can select all, send them to a single company, or you can use the Control key or Shift key to select certain items and place them in service in any company in the depreciation database. You will also get a status report when you have placed items in service, indicating which assets were created. There are also detailed reports. If, for example, you want to see a transaction detail report for a particular date range, you can do that as well. You can also use the same set of filters where you can easily see the information broken down. In this case, let's look at all transactions regardless of their status. It will show you what the line item is as well as the cost for that line item. All the reports are exportable in multiple formats. You can export this to Crystal reports, a PDF, CSV file, Excel data-only file. There are many export options in the planning module.